Hey guys, what up? Alpha here, and today I'm going to bring you my Chainburn deck profile. Just to start, this deck is really derp. It's you'll feel like a bit of a faggot playing it, but it actually wins a hell of a lot of games this format. There are a few cards which sort of pose some problems for the deck, but people just don't expect this. People don't side for it whatsoever. And people just don't know how to play around it. So it wins games. I managed to win my locals with this. I managed to win another locals tournament. I won a tag tournament with this. Obviously, Chainburn in tag tournaments is just brutal. But I'll just show you the deck now. I think it's really consistent. And the only times you ever lose, really, is either if your opponent knows exactly how to play against it and they keep using end of turn MSTs, or if they manage to get a problem creature out and you can't get a Lava Golem. But I'll just show you the deck list. It's really good and consistent, I think. So start off with the monsters. I run 3 Swift Scarecrow and 3 Battle Fader and 1 Zero Gardna. Basically, just quickly an overview of how the deck works. The deck only really runs 2 types of cards. This is very simplistic, but it runs draw cards and it runs burn cards. Obviously, the burn cards are part of the chain burn, which is your win condition, but the draw cards basically mean you draw into more draw cards or you draw into burn cards, which will get to your win condition. So you're either going to draw into more draw or you're going to draw into your win condition. Now you're probably thinking, how the hell are these draw cards? Well, basically how you play these cards is you play them and it stops your opponent's battle phase and they can't attack you at all. And then that means you can get to the next draw phase without taking any damage, which means you essentially play like a battle fader to stop their battle phase, and then you get to draw a card. So it's essentially a 1-for-1 draw card, really. So that's how I look at these cards. They just mean you can draw. So say you played a battle fader, then you drew into a Swift Scarecrow, then that's just drawing into a draw card. Say you played a battle fader and you drew into a chain burn card, that's drawing into a burn card. So that's, in a very simplistic way, how I built the deck to make it as consistent as possible. So you're basically stalling your opponent out so you can draw into your key chain burn combo, then going off into that, possibly drawing more cards off that, and then going into your next chain burn combo, and then by that time it should be a game. So yeah, so these are all, they're pretty damn hard to stop, to be fair. I mean, Solemn Warning can stop Battle Fader, so you've got to be careful. I would play your Faders before your Scarecrows, but if you look at it that way, Fader is either a draw card or it's a card which inflicts 2,000 damage to your opponent, because Warning obviously they have to pay 2,000, so that's good either way. Scarecrow is near impossible to stop because you discard it to the grave. I mean, Debunk can stop it, but not much else. And Zero Gardna, again, Warning can stop it, but it gets around pretty much everything. It gets around Skill Drain even, contributing as a cost. So yeah, those 7 draw cards. And then 3 Lava Golem. This card is a burn card, obviously, because it inflicts 1,000 every turn. It's not really, this is sort of a unique card in the deck, but it's so necessary in here. It's in here to get rid of those problem creatures, like if your opponent goes first turn Rabbit, and then go into Lagia, or Dulka even, which both can be quite a problem. Then you just use Lava Golem to tribute to their monsters, and obviously since I use stall cards in a way as draw cards, that combos really well with this, because I can stall and they take 1,000 every turn. Gets rid of problem cards like Jinzo, Prime Material Dragon, what's that called? The Gladiator Beast monster, Heraclinos, that's the one. Just stuff like that, and it's just a really good card to slow them down as well. So yeah, that's all of the monsters. Don't really need to run many monsters, to be fair. I'll get onto the spells. 3 Pot of Duality. This should be pretty obvious. It's pretty much the best 1-for-1 draw card in the game right now. You can either pick more stall off if you need it, or burn cards if you're searching for that one piece. Then this card, 3 One Day of Peace. This card is ridiculously broken. Basically, when you play it, both players draw 1 card, and neither player takes damage until the end of your opponent's next turn, which means it works as a 1-for-1 draw card and a stall card as well. It works as 2 of them essentially, which is ridiculous. So basically what you do with this card is you just play it and then pass, basically. The only one thing I would say about this card that is possibly bad to you is with Lava Golem. I wouldn't play Lava Golem on the turn you play One Day of Peace, because they won't take the 1,000 damage in the standby. A lot of players forget that, but yeah. This card is so good. It's suited perfectly to how the deck plays. 3 Poison of the Old Man. This is only ever used to inflict 800 damage, and people always say, oh, 800 isn't very much. Sure, but it's there to make up part of the chain and do extra burn damage, because you need separate cards for the chain link, and this card is really key. Sure, you could run extra Jar of Greed and stuff instead of this if you wanted to, but I really like the Poison of the Old Man. And then finally 2 Chain Strike. This card is so necessary in the deck. You want to be getting this sort of chain, no less than chain 3, I'd say. 4, 5 and 6 is where you'll be dealing the big damage though, so really, really key card. So that's that's all the spells, not many spells either, but that's just how the deck works. And finally onto the traps, the burn cards. 3 Just Desserts. Probably, in my opinion, the best burn card in the deck, because it can do up to 2500 damage per copy, which is insane. Then 3 Secret Barrel, another really, really key card. This can end up doing a heck of a lot of damage to your opponent, especially if you keep storing them out. And these 6 cards combo really, really well with the Ojama Trio. This card just special summons 3 tokens on your opponent's side of the field, which are level 2. When they're destroyed, they take 300 damage per token. So, like, an amazing combo is against, like, Agents. I'll give you an example. If they go Venus, activate to special summon a Shine Ball, chain this, and then they end up with a field of Venus, 1 Shine Ball, and 3 Ojama tokens, and they can't do anything off that. So, and just think about it. If they do that, and then you chain Just Desserts, that's 2500. If you do it and then chain Secret Barrel, that's an extra 600 on their barrel. So these cards just combo really, really well together. So those are the burn traps, sort of. Then 3 Accumulated Fortune. This card is really, really key in the deck. You ideally want to be activating these cards as part of your chain so you can draw into more stuff. And just quickly some rulings on this card, and it works the same with Chain Strike as well, because they both say you cannot activate this card if multiple cards or effects with the same name are in that chain. So, say your chain was these 4 cards. You activate Just Desserts, you ask if your opponent has a response, they say no, activate Ojama Trio's chain 2, ask if they have a response, activate Accumulated... Oh, sorry, no, that doesn't work, my bad. That's stupid. Grab Poison of the Old Man. Oopsie. So yeah, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4, because it can only be activated chain 4 or higher. And then when I've tried to activate this, chain 5, they go, oh no, you can't do that because they both have the same name. But it says this card cannot be activated. So, activation is before it's flipped face up. So it'll go check, do any of these 4 cards have the same name? Nope, okay, I can activate. It doesn't include itself when it checks for that in the chain, so be aware of that. Which means you can do chain link 4, 5 with Chain Strike, which deals massive amounts of damage. But yeah, so 3 Accumulated Fortune, really, really nice card to get off in your chain just because it gives you the extra draws, which in turn actually make a big impact. Then on to more draw/stall cards. 3 Threatening Roar, 3 Waboku, and then last 2 cards, 1 Jar of Greed and 1 Legacy of Yata-Garasu. These should be self-explanatory really. They basically just store you out for another turn and can become part of your chain. Obviously you have to activate the Roar when your opponent says I'm proceeding to the battle phase, because if you activate it in response to the attack still goes through. And the reason I run 1-on-1 is just because of the Chain Strike Accumulated Fortune issue, really. They both basically do the same thing. You never get 2 draws off this. And as I've said, if you don't like running the Poison of the Old Man, which I really do, then you can, say, just replace 3 Poison of the Old Man with 2 Legacy and 1 Jar of Greed or whatever. But yeah, that's the deck. If you have any questions about how the deck runs or anything, then just drop me a comment or a PM. But yeah, just thanks for watching, guys. Really, really fun deck to play with. Your opponent might not like it, but it actually wins games this format because people just don't expect it. So cheers for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more, and I'm out.